exciting.
All right, we are back. We're going to pretend for a second. Don't get your hopes up. It's not actually Tuesday, but we're going to kind of pretend it's Tech Tuesday right now because we've got Brandon Cooper hanging out with us. He is the CEO of Aphid, which is sort of a tech company. So therefore, it's pretend Tech Tuesday. It's Tech Monday, Brandon. That's what's going on.
Awesome.
I mean, in this day and age, every day is sort of a tech day.
Yeah.
Tech is everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's in our hands.
So look, I wanna start. We already know you're from Detroit. But other than that, we kind of know nothing. So I want to sort of start with your background before we get into the company. Tell me a little bit about you.
Yeah. Serial entrepreneur. I like to call myself a philosopher from Detroit, Michigan.
Philosopher. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Self-taught tech geek.
Okay.
Since I was 15 to start playing with computers, and that's how I learned. My uncle had a basement full of computers. I thought he was like Bill Gates. He was just telling me all this geek stuff, kind of like another language, and I get it now.
Yeah.
When I was young, I was like Uncle Clint, you know. But he passed in 2012,
Oh.
and I'm pretty much dedicating this company to him because he's the one that got me going in computers.
That's cool. I'm self-taught too. I'm a self-taught programmer from back in the day, so I can appreciate that. We're like, kindred. You and I.
Spirits.
All right. So tell me about. We'll come back to you. You're not off the hook yet.
Okay.
But let's talk about the company. What is Aphid?
Yeah, Aphid is a platform for creatives, entrepreneurs, and businesses. It's going to be an online workspace.
Okay.
Which basically allows photographers, developers, music artists to work together within the online platform.
Okay.
So you can upload ebooks if you're a writer, if you're a designer, you do UX or UI, you can upload your portfolio and you can go to, for instance, you have a profile.
Yeah.
I can hit the collaborate button with Dana and then we can work together in the platform.
So I have to imagine one of the big things on something like that is security, because if I've got something that's proprietary, I'm not going to put it just anywhere.
Right.
So how do you handle that part of it?
On the tech side, it's pretty much making sure everything is, the SSL, everything is clear on that end. And then on the legal side, and then we're also going to get into the blockchain, which is coming up. So that's the sneak tidbit for you guys.
Okay.
That's coming.
It's a tease.
Yeah, it's a tease.
So here's the other thing too. I would think that there'd have to be a way. I'm just thinking out loud here because I would imagine that if you're going to collaborate with somebody new, you're going to, and oftentimes also want to have some kind of agreement in place, NDAs, those kinds of things. Do you have something to take care of that? Because I got to imagine that's part of it.
Yeah. So a part of the platform, we're going to have where you can add widgets.
Okay.
So we're going to provide resources for agreements, movie scripts, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to let developers create their own, and we're going to develop our own as well.
So where did the whole idea come from for this, Brandon?
Ultimately, I was in the music industry. I had a distribution deal with Universal Music Group, and I saw how difficult it was for artists to
Hold on a
emerge.
second. Hold on a second. Back up.
Yeah.
So you're a musician also?
I used to be.
You didn't put that in when I said, tell me about yourself. Did you hear him say anything about being
I had to leave some surprises.
I don't think you said that. No.
Yeah, didn't hear that. That's what I'm trying to. Don't try and slip that past me. Not just like a musician, like you had a deal. You had okay. So there's a little something going on here that we need to do some investigation.
Yeah.
We need to do some Googling about you, basically.
Yeah.
So you had a deal. You saw how sort of complicated it is to collaborate.
Yeah, pretty much. I saw how difficult it was for independent artists to get out there. There are a lot of great artists out there, and they're not getting the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah.
So that shaped the music part, but I always had a love for tech, and my love for tech ultimately went for music. So I got into into the tech industry, got into that realm, and trying to pitch investors and getting turned down and losing to these companies who were making coffee mugs. And no disrespect to them, but you know what I mean. I had a mobile application called Proximity that picks up everyone in the room. So you hit search and it will pick up everyone in the room. So you could be pitching. I can snag all your information with one button. You allow me to,
that's cool.
Whatever you want me to see, I can get.
That's awesome.
But we were losing competitions. So I said, I need some control.
Yeah.
And I wanted to help these creatives get out there. We're going to help you tell your story.
That's very cool. So now are you doing this by yourself? Do you have partners? Like what's the structure here?
Yeah, we have a team, roughly 13 people in the company right now. We have a media team. So our media team will be going around Atlanta and we'll be traveling around the world, helping people tell their stories, kind of like a 60-minute type of deal.
All right. Well, now you know that I don't know if you know this about my show, but you know that once you come on here, I take credit for everything you do. So pretty much like Brandon Cooper, Aphid Bite, like anything that goes well for you, it's because of me. Just hashtag Barrett Bump. I'm just saying. Now, anything goes wrong for you, we never met. That's how that works. Just FYI.
Sounds like a crappy deal.
You know, it is what it is. I make no excuses. Just, you know, this is the games we play on this show. And by the way, who's ever calling me, I'm on the air right now, so stop calling me. I hate that. And it's, have you ever seen this? All right, I'm going to digress for a second, because have you ever seen this? I get all these calls from a number that's just like my number. It's the first 6 digits are the same as my number, and then the last 4 digits are different. And like I block it, and then another one comes the next day, and it's a different second, like last 4. Somebody's got something going on.
That's a little strange.
It's super shady. It's like they think you'll answer it if it looks like your own number, maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
It's something.
Brandon, you're smart. Can you figure this out for me, please?
Yeah, I got you.
Solve this problem for me.
Yeah.
I think it's somebody trying to sell me health insurance, if I'm being honest. The deadline's passed. You missed the boat. All right. In any case, so Aphid Bite is a platform for people to collaborate, all different kinds of creatives, all different kinds of collaboration. Is that niche-y enough? Like, do you have to kind of start with musicians and go from there, or do you kind of say anybody who wants to collaborate?
It's pretty much interconnected. A lot of times it seems, like it should be niche-y. Oh, let's start with music, but people are multi-talented now.
Yeah.
I mean, you meet a lot of people there. Hey, I do this. I play the guitar, but I know how to program. And people want to do both.
Yeah.
So, it's room for that. So, photographer or someone needs something for a wedding, they can go in there and search. They're not a creative, but they're looking for one.
So it's both.
They can have.
So it's collaboration, but it's also a way to find resources, find people. Okay.
Correct. The people that are non-creatives.
Okay.
They can go on our platform and find who they need as well.
I like that. So, when you're trying to get out there, because look, there's so many different ways for us to connect and find each other now. It's almost like overwhelming. And even tools, there's so many. There's like a little tool for this, and you got one over here, and you're paying $5 for that, and 12 for this. Like, how do you sort of convince people to take on another tool? Like, yes, this is the one you want. This is going to work for you.
Because everything is so scattered, in my opinion. It's jumping over to Twitter. I'm jumping over to SoundCloud. I'm jumping. We've consolidated everything into one space.
Okay.
So, for instance, if you're uploading music, if you have a song on Spotify, if you have it on Tidal, if you have it on iTunes, we allow those people to provide those links. So when you search for them, you can choose where you want to stream it.
Interesting.
And they can see all the analytics from one spot.
So how far along are you with the project right now?
Alpha testing, New Year's.
Okay. All right.
Private alpha testing.
So we're really this is like, Nick, we're getting in early stage here. Can we invest? What's the deal?
Yeah.
I got like $3. I mean, if they paid me more, I could invest more, but it is what it is. But okay, so we have to keep in touch with you basically and see how this goes over the testing. So when you're going through this testing, are you going to be open to making like big changes if somebody says this isn't exactly what we need or whatever?
Absolutely. So the goal is to bring in the test users to get the feedback and then apply that to beta. So we'll implement what we believe we should based on that feedback.
So who are you using to test like the first test cases? Is it all going to be music related?
I have the music contacts, developers.
Okay.
I'm heavy in the tech scene.
Okay.
And music, photographers. I know so many creatives, people that everyone has some type of side hustle.
Yes.
I have those connections still.
So listen, I have to ask you, because I feel like the big story in tech right now is net neutrality going away, and you're talking about independent musicians and tech startups and all the people that are going to be affected by this. Have you heard people talking about this out in your world? Are you hearing conversations about it? What are people saying?
Absolutely, it's pretty. What I believe that we're doing is kind of sitting back to see what's going to happen with it.
Yeah.
And that's going to affect the structure. I remember Netflix put something out to say, this is ridiculous. This is how we got our start.
Yeah.
And I think everyone else deserves a chance to do it as well.
I mean, listen, what you're proposing with Aphid Bite, Brandon, is exactly the kind of thing that this could hurt, because you're talking about potentially moving big files around for people to collaborate on. And if you're forced to be in a slow lane, that's going to frustrate your user.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be interesting, but I'm a chameleon.
You fix it.
Nothing can stop me.
Yeah, I like that. Nothing can stop me either. I like it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because this is exactly so. For people who don't understand,
Absolutely.
really the impact of net neutrality. I mean, this is exactly it. You know, the kind of company Brandon's creating is exactly the kind of thing that could be impacted by this.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. Don't hurt him, Verizon, Comcast, AT&T, and whoever else.
When you
leave
overcome the odds,
Brandon alone.
we got the Barrett bump ready for
That's
you.
right.
Yep.
I love it. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us
Awesome.
today. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
You much. Appreciate you
Absolutely.
guys.
The company, again, Aphid Byte, and we'll post links to all things Brandon Cooper and Aphid Byte on our show notes page at danabarrett.com. It is the Dana Barrett Show. More drama coming up after this. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Thanks.